Hello there. How are you? So glad that you can join us today. My name is Yvonne Hicks. I'm an associate producer of Mahogany Productions, which is a minority woman-owned production company founded by CEO Alethea Brown. And so its goals, Mahogany Productions' goals, are to publish quality literature for all ages, to produce quality films, and to assist emerging artists and emerging filmmakers with their dreams. And so Alethea herself is a self-published author. She's written one of the books, several books, but here's one, Pink Slip, Diary of a Black Author. So awesome. So today we're here to talk about a production that she's the writer-producer of, Sticks'nStones, the LyndaMyers story. And it's going to be produced as a feature film. And I'm here with LyndaMyers, who is Daisy's daughter and a good personal friend. So tell you a little bit about the film. Sticks'nStones will be a film based on a true story, their story of Bill and Daisy Myers. They were the first black family who moved into an all-white subdivision in Levittown, Pennsylvania in 1957. So even on that first day that they moved in, they had a lot of racial harassment. There was taunts, there were mobs, there was cross burnings and all these type of things. And so, but they were able to walk through it with such dignity. And so I would just want to share, this is the film poster here for you to take a look at. So the baby in this picture is Lynda. So Lynda is a good family friend. She's one of my sister's best friends and like a sister to me. And so Lynda, I know we've known each other for like forever, right? And known your family, and I've never had heard your mom's story except for the last few years. And so can you tell us about how that was to kind of grow up and then suddenly find out, wow, your mom is like the Rosa Parks of the North, right? So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, as you said, you didn't hear about it till the last few years. Basically, we didn't hear about it. My mother and father never talked about it. Every once in a while, they'd throw out a little snippet here and there about what happened, but I didn't know the entire whole story until I actually read the book myself.
Wow.
So then that's when, that was around 2005, I believe, she joined a writing group. Okay. And they encouraged her to publish this book that she had been writing. Well, actually, she wrote the one incident.
It actually, day by day, right? She kept a journal of it, so it was like as she lived it, right?
Right.
Yeah, and I remember even reading, when you start reading it, I mean, you're there with her, right? In the midst of things, and you can kind of feel, what she's going through. It's amazing. Right. Yeah. So, I know that your mom, always, to me, a fabulous woman and an example, a model. So what like in three words would you want people to know about your mom and who she is, and she's home with the Lord now, but who she is, right? And tell us.
I would say she was determined, forgiving,
yes,
and also what I called a silent rebel.
Yeah.
Meaning she didn't mean to be a rebel.
Yeah.
She took the mantle upon her when it was thrust upon her.
Right.
And carried it well. But she was going to live her life as she felt was best for her and her family, not what society told her was best.
Yes, and that was one of the things we talked about earlier, that you said that their intent was just to move to a nicer neighborhood, bigger house for their family, right? To raise their children. Right. They were not trying to start a movement, right? Exactly.
I often tell people that I was the Levittown crisis. I caused it because she wanted a bigger house. She had two boys, and now she was having a girl, so she needed a bigger house. Yeah. So if I hadn't come along, they may not have moved and started all of this.
Yeah. But I know that they were people of faith, and so there are times that I know for myself personally that we just present ourselves and make ourselves available, and so when the Lord wants to deal with a particular issue, He will bring circumstances to you. And I think that your family, even though I know it was traumatic, were the right ones because they walked through it with such grace, such strength, such dignity, and they were actually able to change some of the housing laws, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, and your parents actually testified, right, in some things, right?
In the Senate hearings.
Oh,
Yes.
that's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, another part, like you're saying, that everything works together.
Yes.
Actually, the governor at that time was also from the same hometown as my father, and they knew each other.
Wow.
So it was all kind of worked together.
Yes.
He was was Governor Leader, and he was really very crucial
Yeah.
to the whole Levittown crisis, bringing it back to order.
Yes, yes. And recently, I heard that you met one of the neighbors, right?
Yes.
Your a Jewish family lived
Yes,
right next
next
door,
door.
right? And fabulous, right? Katie, right?
Katie.
So tell us a little bit about like just the experience of just meeting her.
Well, yeah. Well, actually, we moved away before when I was 4, so I never really had a chance to get to know Katie.
Because she was a little bit
She
older.
was
Yeah.
going into junior high school
Okay.
when we moved in. But the story she told me really made me realize that it wasn't just my family that was affected. It affected their family greatly. As a young child, she lost friends.
Yeah.
She lost her babysitting jobs.
Yeah.
And, you know, she suffered right along with us because of our skin color.
Yeah.
You know, so she was suffering just as well.
And it made her an activist, right,
Oh,
in terms
yes.
of wanting to change
Yes.
laws. So
She's-
another positive thing that came out of this experience. And so that's completely awesome. So, and I know, tell me a little bit about, you know, I know Mahogany Productions is establishing the LyndaMyers Legacy Fund, right,
Yes.
to help housing situations with families and so forth. And so, can you tell us how does it make you feel to be a part of that? I know some of the box office proceeds is going to
Yes.
specifically help like family promise programs.
Yes, I think that would be fulfilling a wish that
Yeah.
my mother would have had, because one of her early jobs was in the housing authority. So she understood
Yes.
the crisis and what dilemmas people go through
Right.
with determining housing. So I believe she would have been very pleased.
It's like a full circle,
pleased.
right?
Mhm.
Really, a really blessing. So, we want to, and you got a chance to actually meet for Charlotte. It's going to be one of the target cities,
Yes.
right? And we met like yesterday, right? The
Mhm.
executive
Mhm.
director
Yes.
and COO of the Charlotte Family Housing Organization.
Yeah.
That was amazing, right?
Yes.
And also you got to meet Julie Logan, who's going to play your mom, right?
Yes.
And Dion Jones is going to play your dad, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great.
Their spirits are wonderful. I think they'll do a wonderful job.
Yeah, right. Feeling that family connection, right? You said right away.
Yes. Yeah, I did.
Amazing.
Definitely.
Yeah. So awesome. We just wanted to give you a little snippet of Sticks and Stones, the LyndaMyers story. So check out Mahogany Productions website. You want to also check out Indiegogo because it has ways that you can be involved with this project. And so we just want to encourage you to do that. Again, check out Mahogany Productions website. Take a screenshot there and go find out. And make some comments here as you're watching this live or on replay. Share it out with your friends. Like the Facebook page because there will be some updates about the progress that's being made. And so we just encourage you to be involved because we can change things. Here's one family that stood and was able to make a difference and to change laws and so forth. And even though we have situations going on today, we can use this story, we can use history, we can project it forward to be a blessing to another generation. So thank you so much for tuning in and check us out.
Thank you.